All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Melanie Halter. I am the owner of Joy Health and Wellness. I'm a functional nutrition and lifestyle counselor and practitioner, and I'm here today to share with you what you will be receiving when you schedule a wellness assessment. You can schedule a wellness assessment as its own appointment. You can have it in addition to a program. But basically, a wellness assessment comes with two different components to it. When you book the session, you'll get an email where you will fill out a very detailed health history. I really recommend that you give yourself time for this, best to do it on a computer. It's pretty in depth. It starts from birth until where you are now, and it'll ask you questions not only about your health, but also different life events that happened along the way. And you see a sample of that on the left-hand side of the screen right here. So you have your health conditions. This is the timeline, the years, and then this is any stressful event that happened along the way or something to take note of that might have impacted your health. Like getting a divorce, going off to college, having any type of surgery, moving to a different area, anything that would have been like a major marker in your life that could be related to stress. Why is this important? This allows you to really honor your body's journey and see how the events are related to each other. I give this example for my own health all the time. In my 20s, I had 6 pregnancies, 2 miscarriages. I was either pregnant or nursing for pretty much a decade, from like mid 20s to mid 30s. Then in my 30s, I had some thyroid things that came up. I had some hormonal things that came up. And instead of really acknowledging all that my body had done in that decade, it was more of a frustration. It was like, oh, this is one more health thing I don't want to deal with. Why am I feeling this way? And so this really allows you to look at your health and your stress events from a big picture perspective and maybe make some links and connections that you just hadn't had the time to dig into. This is also a really good snapshot to share with your medical team. Usually, depending on how old you are, they're about 6 to 7 pages long, and it's very readable, very user-friendly. And so it's just an at a glance, especially if you are doctoring at different systems. If you are local and are here in St. Cloud, but you might have a medical partner down with Mayo or somewhere in the Minneapolis area. Sometimes they use different portals that don't talk to each other or easily send things. And this is just an easy document that has everything all in one place. You can easily share when you're in office appointment with someone, or can easily upload into any of those portals. And so that is your health history. So we honor, we recognize, we talk through your past. We get really clear, so we can get really clear on where you are right now. And that brings you to the second part of the wellness assessment, which is this functional nutrition matrix. That's over here on the right. And so it's broken up into a couple different things. And we pull some of these things right from that health history. So the antecedents are really things that you can't change. You can't change how old you are. You can't change your health history. You can't change some of those parts of your health history. So we just list them here. Triggering events are anything that happens that makes your current condition worse. And so maybe if you eat dairy, you find that your stomach is upset, or if you don't get enough sleep, something gets agitated. These are things that make you feel worse that you've noticed. Mediators are things that make you feel better. So if you're drinking your water, or if you're getting enough sleep, or if you're taking your medications, or whatever it is, you've noticed in your body that when you do this action, you feel better. The middle part is just looking at your current health right now, giving us a snapshot of what is going on in your body. So looking at that gastrointestinal, how is your digestive system working? How are things going in there? We look at your immune and your inflammation. Do you have any swelling, redness, puffiness? Are you getting sick a lot? Are you noticing that you're getting more colds, that you have allergies? This is where we look at currently in this time, what's going on with that immune and inflammation. We look at different environmental inputs. So looking at your home environment, your work environment, where you're spending your time, are you sitting a lot? Are you around any paint fumes, cleaning chemicals? Just kind of what does your environment look like? Are you in well water, city water, that type of a thing? Oxidative stress and energy production, we're going to look at the foods that you're eating. Are you getting some vegetables in? Are most of the food that you're eating a grain or a protein area? And energy production, you know, with that food, that's where we get our energy from. What are we doing with that? How are you feeling? Are you feeling tired? Do you have good energy? Detoxification. We're going to talk about bowel movements. We'll talk about how your skin is doing, and we'll talk about your lung health. Hormonal, and then that neurotransmitters, some brain health and some hormone health. And again, there's a little bit of cross-referencing, but we'll talk about that cortisol hormone. How is your stress level doing? We'll look at your thyroid hormone. We'll look at, if you're a woman, your estrogen, estradiol. We'll look at some of those hormones and see how could that currently be affecting your health. Another section in there is that mind, spirit, emotion, and community. Are you being filled with that right now? Do you have a good support system? Do you have good emotional support? Who there is in your corner on your team right now? And then structural integrity. Do you have your gallbladder? Have you had a hip replacement? Have you had your appendix removed? Again, we can pull some of this information from the health history, but it's really important to know what your structural integrity looks like, because if you don't have a gallbladder or an appendix, that's really going to affect some of these other systems, right? So we want to make sure we have the full picture of how your body is looking. Then on the very right here, these are those lifestyle things that if you decide to work further with me, either one-on-one or we go through a program together, this is the plan of attack. So we look at currently, how are you sleeping? What do you do to relax? What does your exercise and movement look like? What is your nutrition and hydration? What is your stress and your stress resiliency? And then again, those relationships and networks. Where are you at currently with these things? Then we talk about, where do you want to go? Which one of these would be that domino effect that if you started to change this area, everything else would have a positive impact as well. So those are two parts of your wellness assessment. Like I said, the first part is when you book that appointment, you'll get the link, you'll fill out that health history. Once I receive that, I will go ahead and make these two reports. We'll then talk, connect, we'll go through it, we'll clarify things, and then I will send both of these reports back to you, along with any supplement recommendations that I feel might help you feel better quicker. Again, with that health history, I always take in count all of your medications, and I give you some things to keep in mind if you decide to add some supplements in there. What are you already getting from your food? What are you already getting in this lifestyle part here? So we're not taxing your body unnecessarily with anything extra. So if you have any other questions about what that wellness assessment process looks like, be afraid to reach out, and I can answer any questions that you might have. Thanks, and I'll see you soon.